All right there. We got VC Round, Teran Reed, 793rd. Our guy Sincere, spin him in the smell goods. Rome Fetty, Jarrell Boylan. Yeah, we got to get the last joint in because, every year I learn that a certain lesson, not necessarily that I learned it like I didn't know it before, but there's a certain realization of how applicable that lesson is. So, last year, the thing that I learned was, I was coming to a point where it was like, I'm seeing the cipher. You know what I mean? I understand the cipher. I've seen the cipher. I've seen the knowledge and wisdom. But after last year, I realized that in fact, I haven't seen it all. We seen a white cop go to jail for murdering a black man, and we saw a black man, Bill Cosby, get out of jail after being convicted of the rape of a white woman. So that was, just everything, the protests, the guy the guy that kicked his feet up on the desk when last January when they had when they bum rushed the Capitol. There was a couple of guys there that I never thought I'd see that. But this year, it's another lesson. It's one of those things. See, every year, that's what the lesson is. It's one of those things where it's, listen, I don't know who needs to hear this, but yeah, this year I got, it took me some time, but I drew it up. I made some other observations of the year as well. Does anybody know why everything is weird to everybody now? Like, it could be any given thing. Like, a person could say, I just saw a person and they had 2 eyes and a nose. That's weird to me. I don't know. It's just weird to me.
What happened? Peace.
What's going on?
Not much. How you been?
Decent.
Good?
Yeah.
Happy New Year to you.
It's not New Year, man. Y'all 5% celebrating the wrong holidays. We don't know how much people we get in here tonight anyway. Everybody's out doing their thing. I guess we'll wait for a few more people before we get into the lesson for the year. I don't know, was it eventful or uneventful? Was it eventful or uneventful this year? I think it was, the sequel, like I said, it ended out, it got action packed. It started out with a bang. It started out with a bang when they rushed the Capitol. Then it got into a little lull. The plot really thickened towards the end here. Yeah, the notifications, I don't know, something happened. Well, I told y'all the other night. That right now they like, I'm looking across the board, I'm saying that videos where you saying anything that is kind of not mainstream, you're not mainstream, they putting some cut on that now. I got a similar solution for that we're gonna introduce next year.
Good night.
Y'all out already?
Yeah. I didn't even know somebody was up here tonight.
Nah, I'm saying from where y'all at over there, it's done.
No, it's not done yet.
That's what I said. What you talking about? West Coast Wise.
She's not here.
Hmm?
She's not here. Why didn't you call her?
Who?
Wise Asia.
No, call Wise Agent.
Yeah, you just asked where she was at.
No, I'm on the live stream right now.
Oh. All right, peace.
Peace. That was shout out to Wise Agent. That was a wild suggestion. Oh man, here comes Freak. I think Freak is probably the number one. Is Freak the number one new subscriber? Wise you? Freak the new #1 subscriber? The metaverse? When is the metaverse supposed to get started? That's what I want to know. Freak, what you got? What you got planned for the new year, Freak? Freedom. We got mostly the people. You know, I don't know. I don't have. I got to get a drum roll on my little sounds here, my toys. And get a little drum roll. But is everybody Freak said his plans for next year is to write English lesson C #2. So what would that entail? Like what like let's say the knowledge degree. My name is who? What's my name this time? Got to hear this. Listen, West Coast Islanders. I can't even. I can't even. Sometimes you just ask a question and wait for the answer. So no. Allah is God. I'm saying in the knowledge degree, when I say my name is W.F. Muhammad. So you're going to be writing English lesson C #2. So I'm saying this time, what's your name? And what is we could say that, loosely, the 136 is about the transatlantic slave trade and how the impacts of that uh, is a determining factor in how we living over here right now. You said 1 is mastery, C2 is proficiency. All right, she's
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
looks like we're about to take off here. So what you're saying here is that mastery comes before proficiency. You got born in the building. Yeah, that's a good question. What qualifies a person to write the lesson? Yeah, Freak, that's what I'm saying, because that's a great point right there. Is that, see, we all, in terms of yourself, right, and your family, we have to answer those questions for ourselves. You understand what I mean? Remember, Elijah Muhammad is one of the lost and found here in the wilderness of North America. You see what I'm saying? But the 13th degree tells you that many of the lost and found recovered from the mental death. So that means that he's not the only one that can answer those questions. Well, that's what it tells me. You see what I'm saying? You know, but when you're saying that you're going to write some lessons, right? That's going to be the book of life for everybody. Then yeah, either you need to be extremely qualified or you need to holler at the rest of us so that we can put our wise minds together, right? And decide what it is we wanted, the history we want predicted. You said proficiency, I expert Fuad intended for us to do C2. I don't know too much about Fuad's intentions. But we have those lessons, right? Uh, whatever people is dealing with, whatever people is saying, right? Uh, in some amount of time, it becomes expired. You know what I mean? Just because everything is changing inside us and everything is changing around us. So see, even right now, people be talking about, yo, Malcolm X said this, Martin Luther King said that, Marcus Garvey said this. Yeah, it still got to be weighed and judged today, though. It's not to say that it's wrong, but just to say that just because it was right 60 years ago, 100 years ago, that don't mean necessarily that those same rules could be applied right now. See, what you used to eat, the rules that you had to eat by when you was a baby, is not the same rules that you got to eat by now. There was a time when you couldn't digest solid food, right? Now look, if you live long enough, it might come another time when you can't digest solid food. But see, a lot of y'all want to change these lessons and all this stuff. I'm saying, are these ones expired? Like the day, when we get to that point, that's how you know. Like for instance, the Gregorian calendar, right? The reason they switched from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar is they was noticing, yeah, time is off. Like, yo, it's, according to our calendars, it says it's December, but it's springtime outside. So, okay, this calendar that we use, if something is expired about this, we got to sit down, put our minds together, and calculate this thing for the future. So I can tell you right now, you need to at least be able to answer some of these questions, right? Before you decide that you write the lessons over. You see, look, it's just like, look, see, Elijah's not here, Allah's not here, Father's not here, but those lessons are still here. You said look up English C1. Why do I need to look it up? Right now we just seeing we giving Freak a little time in the spotlight, rewarding him for his diligence in being the most prolific subscriber of 2021. But yeah, this is the last question for you. Why do I need to look up English uh, English lesson C, Nicole? Why do I need? Now I don't think that was him. That him? Why saying zigzag zig? Yeah, Garcia. Yeah, I mean, you said C1 is far mastery of 120. Okay, I had enough. Uh, getting now, Shaquem Peace. You know what I'm saying? Right now, like I said, this is going to seem fairly obvious, but trust me, some people need to hear this. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to give y'all the lesson that I learned is extremely applicable. You know, in 2021. Be on street. Yeah, I heard he came on Sunyas. I heard Sunyas kicked him off though. I don't know. But is everyone ready? If you're ready, this is the lesson that I learned is extremely applicable. And we got to keep this in mind from here on out. You know, like I said, for those that's new to the channel, right? The lesson of last year that was applicable, Lord Shalom, peace to God. The lesson that was applicable last year was that no, I haven't seen it all. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you have this knowledge and you come to a degree, you know what I'm saying, of having command of knowledge and wisdom, and you able to see things clearly, you know what I'm saying? You know, you start thinking, yeah, I already seen it all. But now in 2020, I seen things that, if you would have said to how people have those things where it's like if I could talk to the young me, like if I was sitting right here and I was seeing me sitting there and studying my 1 in 10, 1 in 36, right? And they asked me, did I think the events of 2020 was possible? I would have said no. But in fact, yeah, knowledge is infinite. And you better keep your eyes open. I learned that last year. Now, Freak, I see you engaged in a little action. engaging in a little action back there. Let me explain something to you. The supreme wisdom is not 120 lessons. Shall we start at the beginning? I don't even want to get caught up with you right now because I'm in the midst of saying what I'm saying. We get back to that. But the lesson of this year, right, that it just appears that it's not obvious to everyone. Disrespect is the cause of violence. Full pause, let that sink in. You know, for different people, you know, we have people that watch that never comment. You may not know, you know, a lot of Black people. But, you know, people like to say that, you know, Black people, they kill each other over drugs and kill each other over money and kill each other over jewelry and sneakers. No, they don't. Black people never engage in violence over the object. It's the principle. It could be $1 million, it could be $2. See, other people is not like that. $2, they can let it ride. Nah. You see, disrespect is the cause of violence. And it appears that a lot of individuals don't see that because you living in a world, right? You living in a world where there's no consequences for your actions. That there's a lot of ways. I mean, just from the jump, you on the internet, you saying what you saying, right? Like, see, Lord Shalab came in the room. God, when you came into the cycle with those, God, it was consequences, man, to not being on point. See, a lot of things you see people saying, and the way they saying it is because they from atmospheres where the kind of the threshold for violence is very high. And that's one of the things that they doing is they trying to raise the threshold for violence by telling you that words is violence. Who that? Who that? So, like I was saying, the thing that made me bring this to the forefront, right, is that we're seeing a lot of disrespect. And so, amongst my, I'm predicting that we're going to see a rise in violence. And listen, I know what you're thinking, but I'm not just talking about the crime statistics. I ain't just talking about the crime statistics. I'm talking about the general level between people. Yeah, we got bots now and everything on the channel. Shout out to y'all. All the people that tune into the channel. Yeah, we've reached that level where we have bots that come on, make comments in the comment box. That's good. As long as they're not disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? Because respect is knowledge. You see what I'm saying? See, respect, right? Respect means to look. And means again. So see, a lot of times that's what it comes down to. You in a situation, right, where maybe you emotional. Maybe someone is disagreeing with you, whatever the case may be. And see, your first, instinct might be to jump out the window. You see, you have to take into consideration, look again at what's really going on in the situation and who is going on with. See, and these are things, see, I learned this in my house because, see, like I said, look, in my house, the threshold for violence was low. So, see, my brother could tell me something. Yo, turn the TV off. For what? What I'm turning it off for? No. Now, my mother could come and tell me the same exact thing, but I have to reconsider. See, knowing what you're dealing with and who you're dealing with. And it's not just in terms of having deference. You know what I'm saying? It also just means being appropriate. Like when they say, they came in, this person came in, they came in first place and second place, respectively. Or you made this statement in respect to this circumstance right here. Listen, who knows? Who knows? I can't, the mental problems, you're right, I've never seen, that is a whole other thing. That is a whole other thing. And see, I'm gonna tell you something about that. That's dangerous. It's very, very dangerous because see, all you need is a couple of psychopaths to push the envelope and make things normal. And see, that gang life, couple of psychopaths come in, right? You get a couple of psychopaths come in and just do some heinous shit. But now that's what the game is. You understand what I'm saying? Now he's put something out there that everybody else in the life is like, now we gotta respect him, because we don't, he's took it to another level. All you need is a couple psychopaths. So right now in New York, you got people pushing each other on the train station. Well, not each other, but you got people that's mentally disturbed, doing things of that nature. And that's how I watched there was an era of time. I don't know if this happened in other cities. There was an era of time in New York where everybody was getting armed to the teeth. Not because they necessarily wanted guns, but because everybody else started getting guns. And so now the thing was, yo, this is the new default. You know what I'm saying? Like you cannot be without one. This is the new default now. But people is gonna have to learn that. You know what I'm saying? Because see, you gotta remember, see, respect, right, is one of those kind of prerequisite things. That's why it's knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is like a prerequisite thing. That if you don't even know, how you gonna participate in whatever it is that we doing, whether it's good or bad, if you don't even know, how you gonna participate? See, any of the other shit you could think of, love, peace, happiness, success, none of that is gonna happen without respect. That's why from the jump, scrams, you're gonna respect the sword. See, y'all cool, as soon as we get on the island, we taking heads off of whoever ain't ready. Self-Out Bill said you got places where they literally cut your head off, burn you alive, down to the door, get it. And some cultures, respect can cost you your life. Yeah. In the Black American culture, that's what I'm saying. That this is a new paradigm where people don't understand respect or know that disrespect is the cause of violence. That's what I'm saying. Like, look, I'm from a place where, listen, stepping on somebody's sneakers, bumping into them, saying the wrong thing about them behind their back, whatever it might be. But see, if your life is spent on the internet, right, where you disrespect somebody and log off, right, then you start to not understand. See, people are so used, right, to not understanding exactly, Supreme Man. Respect is knowledge. See, people don't, that's why a lot of people, right, they don't understand, right, that see, you're disrespectful. So a person will say, well, I don't understand why the people is reacting to me like that. Like, why are people responding to me in this hostile manner? It's because you don't realize that you are disrespectful and you didn't learn it in your house. You understand what I'm saying? True indeed, SW, they overlook that aspect of the knowledge and they overlook that aspect of life. That just in general, you know what I'm saying? You trying to be a boss or you trying to be successful? Because I'm telling you, it makes a difference. Like, let me tell you something. Listen. And something happened when I was young, right? When John Gotti came to power. See, Paul Castellano, if you watch what they say on the what's his name, Paul Castellano, they didn't respect him. And they felt that he was disrespecting them by certain things he was doing. See, that's the you know what I'm saying? Now, other people, right, who is great leaders, whoever they is, you know what I'm saying? Like the people who was in Temple Number 7, they like, yo, we respect Malcolm, man, because he just was mad pious. Like he was real with it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't on no, yo, you my friend, so I'm gonna let this slide or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The rules of righteousness is the rules of righteousness. So people respected that. You understand what I'm saying? Even that's what initially, you know what I'm saying? Before I even knew about how different people had adjusted his views over the time. You understand what I mean? See, I respected Martin Luther King because he got half his face blown off for the shit he said. You gotta fuck what it is. Nah, he didn't know the dude was standing there in that window or wherever the dude shot him from. But he knew he was gonna get shot. Exactly, Bill. What leadership tactic is better, respect or fear? That's what I'm saying. That's why it's a universal question. Would you rather be respected or feared? Yeah, you're gonna get, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get your way most of the time, either way. You know what I'm saying? But these is the basic kind of lessons, like things that people used to say. Like back in the days, they used to say, listen, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. But people don't see it that way. And I think at the end of the day, what's going to happen is people's bluff is going to start being called. Like, see all these disrespectful people talking about they ain't got no filter. They always, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. See, somebody's going to see if you give a fuck. Right, see, the Supreme Man, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? The decision to kill Paul Castellano was made after he refused to go to the funeral of the captain that was seen as disrespect, and it motivated his demise. You know what I'm saying? And also at the same time, he was giving work to the Irish dudes. So the dudes who was the foot soldiers, like John Gotti was at that time, is like, yo, son, what's wrong with us? Like, we can't handle that work. What's going on? Jack King said, if you use fear, it makes it easy for the opponent to separate the people from the unit. It do. And then listen, that's what happened. You know, see, when for instance, right, when you look at the history of the colored man coming amongst us, right? You know, and the colonialism, the slavery, all the different aspects of white supremacy. That's one of the ways that it happened. Is that there was really no respect. There was really no respect for the leadership. You know what I'm saying, of certain kingdoms. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, let's take the Mayas. See, the way they was treating the other people in the kingdom, the colored man was able to come and say, well, listen, we can help you. We can help you. You know what I'm saying? You help us. We gonna help you. Warren said it's easy to not give a fuck when you're not standing in front of the person you're speaking to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And see, what Warren is saying, right? See, that's where the rubber really hits the road. See what I'm saying? Like he said, every principle is easy to say, might don't be so easy to live out. You know what I'm saying? I can give you one that over time, you know what I'm saying? Like in the first day, the first week, the first month, right? The principle of not eating swine was like, damn, because I'm finding out every day that something is swine. That I'm thinking, like I said, I looked at pork as pig meat. I didn't know it was going to be, cakes and shit that I was eating, candy, that the shit had swine in it. So at first, it's like, damn, you can't eat that either. You can't, over time, now I don't even like the smell of shit they got picking it. The smell already turned. I can be hungry. And you cook some pig, like I'm talking about some hardcore pork chops. I'm good. I won't eat the rest of the day. Especially, it's like on an empty stomach, it affects me more. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same way, it works the other way too. But yeah, it's easy to say, yo, you always gonna do this and you never gonna do that. But see, I already see what motherfuckers do. Right? I was listening to these dudes yesterday, right? I was on that app. I'm listening to these dudes and they're talking about, rather what somebody was doing with snitching. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got 10,000 definitions of snitching, right? You know what I'm saying? But at any rate, they was asking the dude, well, why did you go to court with that situation? Why did you go to court? And he was like, yeah, because they did this, and they did that, and they did this. See, listen, regardless of whom or what means something. It means regardless of whom or what. Your principles cannot be dependent upon other people and what they do or don't do. Like, let's go down a list of things where you can say, listen, I don't engage in that, but I saw them doing it. So I started doing it. See, there's things that people be saying now that is ridiculous and they don't realize it. You want me to tell you another thing I seen in this generation right now? That the bag can justify almost anything. Oh yeah, but he getting the bag. See, now listen, let me tell you something now. And this goes back to my Christian upbringing, right? My Christian upbringing. But listen, it also, this concept exists in Islam. I mean, it's a part of the Abrahamic faiths, right? But see, let me tell you something about that. You got the bag shit. See, in the story in the Bible, right? Judas sells Jesus out for an amount of silver. I think it's 40 pieces of silver or something. Exactly why Son Zigzag said. At one time, you saying you got a bag to do something made it worse. You took money. Oh, so you a hoe. That's what it was. It was no, you know what I'm saying? That was not the justification for you doing something that wasn't right at one time. And see, the lack of these principles, so you gotta remember, these ain't just things that's out of the, these are the governing principles of whatever society. These are the principles that keep love, peace, and happiness in any society. See, that's why I listen. Even when you sign a contract, whatever signed contract you sign, that's what the stipulations in the contract is. That's what the clauses is. These is the rules right here that we got to respect to keep our relationship good. You see all these different things, man. People, I'm sorry, man, people lost their minds out here right now, man. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of things, a lot of temporary happiness, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Which is, see, the shit about happiness is this. See, the happiness that people be looking for, right, really is a funny thing. Because see, I remember a time when I used to be happy just watching Batman and Robin. I remember times I was happy playing skillsies, had all types of things, right? That you used to be happy doing, you're not happy doing that no more. So see, that's like a fleeting, that emotional feeling that you're looking for of happiness. See, that can come and go. Just things that I enjoyed doing, then I got tired of it, and then eventually I came back to doing it. Like, yeah, it's fun again now. So the person is chasing that, no matter what they getting, they likely to get savage. You know what I mean? Because happiness is one of them things like crack. You never gonna get that. You never gonna get that first high that you chasing. It's never gonna be like that first time you played motherfucking Madden. It's never gonna be like that first time you played Grand Theft Auto. You ain't never gonna get that feeling back, son. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna have to keep playing more and more and never get that back. Supreme Man said, indeed, morals and principles have been suspended for money. Also, pride is jealousy, envy, lust, and greed, and is not a standard. This is devilishment and high order. Yeah, pride now is seen as like a limiting aspect of something. You understand what I mean? Like for instance, and no longer a Hotep channel. I don't know if you've been on since we had to leave the Hotep community. But remember, there was a time when we used to say that certain things Black women ain't going to do. And we're not going to go too deep into that rabbit hole. But at one time, it was like 3 or 4 Black female porn stars. And brothers all accepted that, yeah, you're not going to see that because you're not going to get Black women to do that. Like there was a time, but see now, that's like you're just trying to limit it. There's some glory in doing porn that you and the rest of the patriarchy is trying to stop me from. Those types of just pride that, it's just certain shit like, nah. You know what I mean? See, listen, man, if nothing is beneath you, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have no best part you preserve for your, I don't know what the fuck you doing. I don't even have an analysis for that, but I'm just telling you, there needs to be some things that's beneath you. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily people, because even a person that's doing that person can stop doing it. You know what I'm saying? And do something better. But it needs to be, see, some things beneath me, I'm not doing it. It's not saying nothing for nobody else. Like, look, right now, when a size 9 sneaker is beneath me, because my shoe size is 12. But if you wear size 9, wearing size 12 is beneath you. Because how you going to look walking around with a pair of shoes 3 sizes too big on? I just see fools doing that back in the days when people used to steal sneakers. They walk around and like, what you doing? Something needs to be beneath you. Like even out there in the crime world, there's some things that's beneath some people. And yeah, that's somewhere along the lines, Supreme, when the line between fame and infamy got blurred, now there's no line. David Muntz Jr., the world belongs to the original man. Bourne said it's like being in the Matrix when you realize it's not the real you. It's not real. You can do all kinds of stuff, walking on walls and shit. That's why fools talk shit online, but they can't do that in the real world. But you know, Bourne, in that way, I first noticed it on MySpace, where MySpace was the first place that I said, yo, MySpace is like a lot of money. You know what I mean? MySpace is like a lot of money where a person could front it off and be whoever they want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like with a lot of money, right? You know, you could go to the club and floss all this money, right? And have all these women around you and act like you a player. Niggas would think you a player. You know what I'm saying? You know, you could go get a whole bunch of goons, get they irons up, you know what I'm saying? And now you moving around the city with these cats like you gangster. That's what the internet is like. The internet is like a lot of money. You can be whoever you want to be now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you wanted to do. Like, see, look, I get on the internet, right? I've had to put the disguise on because y'all 5%. That's what y'all like to do, expose people and shit. But I get on the internet, tell motherfuckers, yeah, I'm motherfucking, you know, I'm the third in command over at Amazon. Yeah, y'all just don't see me. Y'all don't see me on the list of rich people because all my money's in the Caymans. For $359, I could sell you my program. I can sell you my program so that you too can be a billionaire who doesn't show up on the list. Yeah, I've been seeing that. Yeah, Supreme Man, you know, this is another point that I'll be making here. You said they use shaming as an excuse to be savage, like pointing out wrong and shaming when it's just refinement as opposed to being a beast of burden or decadence. You know, to me, one of the places where this started, right, was at the childhood cruelty. You know what I mean? Like people always say that, like, yo, kids is ruthless, man. Like kids, but see, what kids are doing, right, is establishing the rules. This is how we play, son. Like, look, you can't be stinking, son. You can't, like, if you stinking, we gonna break on you, son. We gonna make you understand that you can't do that in the midst of, like, that might be cool in your house, your mom's, your pa's, but when you come out here with us, son, you gotta be right. We not, yeah, that's what you got that. Get that shit right, son. But see, now you don't have that system no more. The kids, they don't even play together. You know what I mean? So you got all these kind of oddball people out there arguing with each other. Unseemliness is now considered seemly. Well, yeah, that's a new category. What is it? Is it what is it? Classy and ratchet. Ratchet but classy. Keep it ratchet and keep it classy. That's like a new thing I don't have gotta read the Bible to tell y'all what that's about. I gotta go in my studies. I have no idea how those two words came together. Like that's one of the biggest misnomers I ever heard. Right. One said in our day, the consequences of being punched in your face kept fools from trying to change our teachings. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just that, everything in life was real. Like even being stupid had cost back in the days. Like if you were stupid and you ain't listen, right? You ain't listen, because you gotta remember the way we used to play dangerous shit. So I'm gonna tell you, listen, when you do that, make sure you don't do this right here. See, if you ain't listen, you got killed. It's kids that we knew back in the days that they died doing something stupid. Not always something stupid, but just you wasn't ready for that. And people told you to maintain. See, something happened in like the mid 80s where they decided that kids cannot get hurt. And so if you was born after a certain time, you've never really played at the playground. The only thing you've ever seen is the swings and them houses with the slides. But y'all never seen the merry-go-round and the jungle gym and all those things. Kids, especially boys, was expected to get hurt. Like that was an anomaly for you to not, never got stitches. Got it. Like how you live your life in that? Like you couldn't even understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like me having come through childhood. Funny thing is when I got an adult that started happening, but come through childhood without having broken a bone, that was unheard of. But somewhere down the line, it was like, nah, we can't, one kid falls and scrapes his knee, nah, it's, all this type of stuff. Like, nah, that didn't happen. So, it's kind of like, we not living real life, or people's not living real life, right? And then, so, the reality is starting to leave you. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, I was on the app, I know I should stay off it. You know what I mean? But you got these gang dudes on there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they according to them, I'm not in that world, so I don't know everybody who's who. But according to people, these people is they really, supposed to be about their life. But now you get on the internet and you talking like scrams. Not snitching means for life. It don't mean because it happened 15 years ago or 20 years ago, now we can start saying shit. You get on there, man, and become a totally different person. So who knows, man? Who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? This kind of fake life, you know what I'm saying? And see, we talking about certain minor things, but I'm saying ultimately, God, if we can't come together because we don't have basic respect upon which we can establish love, peace, things you see in the 1 to 14, from FOI to MGT and GCC. Like, how do we do those things, right? Without first just having that level of knowing, look, this is respect. You understand what I'm saying? If it's not some, right, that we wouldn't kill as quick as other devils. See, like I say on here all the time, even the devil get a chance to clean himself up. So you got to get the original man at least 2 or 3 times. At least 2 or 3 times. Softening up the males, that was done years ago. Believe it or not, in my opinion, it started with the earring. Like that was the first thing that was like, when it came out, everybody was looking at it sideways, but then somehow over the time they got convinced that it was cool. And when it first came out, it was like, if you got it in one ear, it means one thing, and if you got it in the other ear, it means something else. You know what I'm saying? And then over the time, that disappeared, and you start seeing people with it in either ear. Then the next thing, you started seeing dudes with it in both ears. And then it got to the point where I seen dudes walking around with big hoop earrings, door knockers, 2 of them. How you say, push the envelope, move the goalposts. You understand what I'm saying? You know, there's some things I you know, like, listen, back in the days, in the 70s, early 80s, grown men didn't even wear short pants. They didn't wear sneakers. They didn't wear baseball caps. So there's lots of things, man, that I've seen over the time that, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That, but you know something though? I was watching a thing with Judge Joe Brown. You know, I don't know if you ever heard Joe Brown talking. Joe Brown is a real guy. Like, he's not when I say real, that's what I'm saying. That, you know, we've come, black men, we've come to consider real to mean violent. You know, or, you know, you be in and out of jail. No. I'm talking about, he be dropping little jewels. You know what I'm saying? He was the judge that whatever was the last case that was tried dealing with the Martin Luther King assassination, because he's from Tennessee. He was the judge in the last case. You know what I'm saying? And he manifested some things that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But that was a different one. Pertaining to what we're talking about right now, he was saying that he first saw it on the campus of UCLA. You know what I'm saying? He knew a lot about the science over there with the Panthers. He said that he had something to do with getting them in there. That Joe Brown was on the student committee, whatever was the black student committee, right? And so he was like, yo, it came a point where they was there, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was like, Kareem and all of them was getting ready to graduate. So the population of black students was getting ready to drop. And we went out, and, you know what I'm saying, that's how the brothers who was at UCLA that ended up in the science with the US organization, I think he said he got some of them in there too. You know what I'm saying? Or they got in through the programs that was being established, where they was making sure that the administration was allowing a certain amount of original people in. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, when you listen to his take on it, you know, in terms of, you know, who he felt was, you know, right or wrong, basically. You know what I'm saying? But again, I went off in a tangent. That was the reason I said that. Also at that time, right, was the Vietnam War. And he said that's when he first seen women, feminists, come on the college campus saying that war is a man thing. And if the men was more like women, we wouldn't be in Vietnam right now. And if more women was empowered, it wouldn't be wars. He said that was the first time he heard it. So just adding on what you said, I'm not saying that you're wrong, right? But the things that you're seeing right now in your generation self-help bill, I'm saying that, yeah, this has been a ongoing thing to where now, I mean, we ain't gonna go down that road. They already banned. They already banned one of my videos. they already. So let's leave that on. But just I agree, guys. Look, Shalai said the internet is the clouds of deception and sham God spoke about. Yeah, and it's it's all a matter of how you deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the clouds got wisdom. You know what I'm saying? The clouds is this water drawing up to its fullest potential, right? But if you're not in control of it, you know what I'm saying, and it's just blocking the light, now it's deception. You understand what I'm saying? You know, here, man. I know y'all ready to get y'all celebrations on, but I had to come in and just I felt people needed to hear that. Like I said, every year I learn a lesson, or like I said, it's not that I learned that, like I didn't know that before. Oh, Joe Sanchez, I've been waiting for you, Joe Sanchez. I've been waiting on you. Oh man, Joe Sanchez. You, Mr. Playing Games. Did y'all see what Joe Sanchez did a couple of lives ago? Where he came on right after I ended the broadcast. You know, when I ended the broadcast and it's the last couple of comments that you can still put in there. Mr. Joe Sanchez said that. What would you say, Joe Sanchez? What was that you said? You called us 85% and said we was afraid of flat earth signs. Was that it? Come on the live, Joe Sanchez. We be waiting. Are you the real Sanchez? You the Sanchez from Virginia? Or you the fake Sanchez? Come on, Sanchez. Come on, Sanchez. I think you know now who you fucking with. Come on, Sanchez. No, you commented at the end. You might have thought you commented on the page. But if you commented on the page, find the link to it right now. Don't matter now. You right here, right now. I couldn't do basic math. I couldn't do basic math. There you go. That's the link right there. See, it's just like we was just saying. See, we was just saying, see, Joe Sanchez, you real wise and civilized in the comment box. you real wise and civilized in the comment box. What he said? You from Cali? What part of Cali? Your name Sanchez? You from Northern Cali or Southern Cali? Did I know about that too? Come on, Sanchez. The chief examiner has called you. Come on, Sanchez, don't be scared. Don't send 2021 out like this, man. Don't send 2021 out like this, brother Sanchez. See, man, that's one thing I don't like about these people, man. Have y'all ever noticed that these people are no fun? They're no fun. That's what I don't like about you people, man. You come on here, you talk this crap. I told you there is no curve, 100 miles. You should have 80,000 inches, which is 6,666.666 feet, divided by 5,280 feet, which is a mile, which is 1.26 miles. You said it was wrong. You couldn't do basic math conversions. Yeah, you're wrong that there's no curve there. If there's no curve, right? I asked you already. Or did I ask you? If there's no curve, why can't you get a telescope and see England from right here? You should be able to listen. Why can't you get a telescope and see the Sierra Nevada, what you call the mountains out there, the Sierra Nevadas? Why can't you see that? Being that there's no curve. What you said is the dumbest shit ever. See, when you sitting at the beach, right, and you see a ship coming towards you, first you see the top of the ship. That is why they put the flags up the flagpole. So no matter how far away you are, the first thing you want to see is that flag and what it's about. When you see the flag coming up over the horizon, you know if it's time to man the cannons or give the signal for the friendship. I mean, you added some numbers there. What does that mean? 2 plus 2 is 4 too, Joe Sanchez. What the fuck does that have to do with flat Earth? You just gave me some numbers and said, yeah, it is. What the fuck does it apply to? You said you're from LA, not a Mexican. I'm actually former NOI. Come on, man. You ain't even Muslim, man. You ain't even NOI. You ain't even NOI. All right, man. Why you felt like? What happened? You was eating pig? Why you felt like? No curve equals no globe. You didn't show and prove that there's no curve. All you did is give me a calculation. What I said, right, is if there's no curve, why can't you see the whole planet from right here? Seems simple enough, Joe Sanchez. You see, we deal with supreme mathematics, Joe Sanchez. And see, in supreme mathematics, these numbers mean something. See, all you did is put a little arithmetic up there. That's good. But what does it mean? What do any of those numbers, where's the measurements, where's the calculations? You see what I'm saying? And where's the science to back up the math? Because I can't calculate. What can I not calculate? I mean, did you expect me to get out a calculator and check this dumb shit? Is that what you expected me to do, Joe Sanchez? Did you expect me to check this dumb shit? Hey, look here, Lord Jamar, get the fuck off my page. I don't know this was your alias. You know where the fuck we at. Get the fuck off my page, Lord Jamar. You come on here with an alias. You come on here with an alias and talk this shit. Basic math. You can't do basic tying your fucking shoe. What part of Cali you live in? And why your name Sanchez, you ain't Mexican? I'll do a calculation for you. You plus Lord Jamar equals 2 idiots. How about that? Can you calculate that? Or did you think that y'all was something else? Why are flights from Cali to New York the same from east to west? Because of the speed of the plane, stupid. You see, I could go any directions, right? And whatever speed I travel is going to determine what time I get there. What kind of dumb question is that? Also, you and your idiot friend do not realize what the atmosphere of the planet is. Y'all think that the atmosphere of the planet is not a part of the earth. That's pretty dumb. You didn't seem to be able to calculate that. How many kids you got, Joe Sanchez? How many kids you got, Joe? What? God damn it. If the Earth is rotating 1,037 and a third miles per hour east, how can a plane traveling at 600 miles per hour keep up and going west? Why aren't the flights much shorter? Because the atmosphere of the planet is also traveling at 1,037 and a third miles per hour. So the example that y'all keep rejecting, that if you're in a plane, you don't feel the plane moving at 600 miles an hour, right? And you keep saying that we're not in the earth. No, we are in the earth. And you, sir, need to go back to elementary school. See, that's dumb. Like this. Let me give you. Listen, have you ever walked up an escalator that's going down? Has anybody ever did that? Like the escalator was going down and you went up it. How'd you still go up the escalator if the shit was moving down? Yeah, I think he's gone. You still out there, Sanchez. Next time you come back, don't come back with questions. Come back with proof. Because see, this is simple, like I said. This is simple, like I said. Listen, Joe Sanchez, fuck all that shit you saying. I mean, Lord Jamar, you got paper. If the moon and the sun is only 30 miles away, right? If the clouds really is over the moon, then why don't we just listen? We chip in some money. We right here, right now. Listen. I have the Random Jewels channel, right? Listen, I'm sure my brothers and sisters here on the Random Jewels channel, right? We will chip in some money to charter a flight, right? We're going to strap you up like the monkey they send out of space before they send people out there. We're going to strap you up, send you up over the clouds, and then you can come back and tell us how it is. You go up there, look, take your cell phone, film the earth being flat, and then come back. You know what I'm saying? While you at it, do a little detour over the wall down at the South Pole. And then when you get back, you can let us know. How about that? Because other than that, what you're really doing is just asking questions. And they're good questions to people that haven't been to school. You have to thumb type responses? No, you don't. I gave you the link to come on and talk. But whatever it is, you scared of that. You said watch Lost History of Flat Earth and chill out and get some education. No, sir. Re-register yourself. That registration you did down there in the wild ain't do you no good. Go get your moms, tell her re-register you in elementary school. That's where you need to go. Oh, the sun is not 30 miles away, it's 30 miles in diameter. So how far is it away? Finally, you said something. Now show and prove that. See, you finally made a statement instead of asking me a question. So now, show and prove that. Oh, you need the link. Hey, there's the link right here. We've been waiting on it. There's the link right there. Yeah, SW hold 30 miles. Come on, what's going on, Joe Sanchez? What you doing? You fixing your makeup? Yeah, listen. Ever since I listen, we did a little video addressing Lord Jamar and his flat earth science, and just basically my point is this. You know what I'm saying? People free to study whatever they want to study. I don't have no problem with him saying he's flat earth or he, whatever his views is or that. You know what I mean? My thing is you've strayed away from these teachings. See, because like I said, that's not the worst thing he said. To me, the worst thing he said was that cipher comes before knowledge in the mathematics. See that now you're saying that something comes from nothing. That's not Allah's teachings. You understand what I'm saying? So when you decide to go your way, there's nothing wrong with that because that's the same way we was born. You understand what I mean? When Allah seen that, okay, whatever's going on here, he went and did his own thing. See, that to me is the thing. Be brave enough to really go stand on your own square. Don't try to make us, right? a part of what you're doing. See, because at the end of the day, now you're just bullying us. Because if it's us, then how come you're the only one that gets to say if you're one of us? Now, how come we don't get to have a standard for who we say we are? You just get to be one of us. See, other things don't do that. If you can't say you a graduate of this fucking college without getting checked on that shit. See, if you graduate from a certain college and then you out there saying dumb shit, your colleagues and peers will come out and say that you talking dumb shit. So see, don't try to bully us because we black, nigga, because you can't bully us, first of all. But that's, Joe Sanchez and a couple other cats decided to come on here to say what they got to say. G, you know what the fuck time it is. That's why he's on here talking shit. I don't know who sent you, who you're supposed to be, who you're a scout for. But see, here's the thing. We're already perfectly fine being us. You can get the fuck out of here. If what you think is we dealing with baby science, then take your ass the fuck to the adult place. Oh, there you go right there, Mr. Joe Sanchez. Mr. Joe Sanchez, are you there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
It's much easier.
Give a round of applause right here to Mr. Joe Sanchez.
So yeah. So what the first, you can hear me though, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay. So the first thing we were dealing with was the no curve. Well, all the example I was given is that people shouldn't be able to see 100 miles away. It should be 1.26 miles under curve, and it's not. People are zooming in on mountains, buildings, everything. So that's no curve.
Hold up. Where are people zooming in on that?
Where, like I said, this is the type of content we watch. So we study this type of.
No, brother. My family, right, is from the Bella Geechee Islands. Right. So what I'm saying is I've spent considerable amount of time on the water, at the beach, in places where that's at. It's a place called the Low Country. So I've spent considerable amount of time in places where you can see as far as the eye can see. Now, New York City, the Bronx, is also on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean. You can go to City Island. They got telescopes. You can look all out on the Atlantic Ocean. You can go to the Empire.
All right, so you kind of drag it out, get to the point.
Wait a minute. You can go
There's
to
no
the
curve.
Empire State Building. Hold on. And from none of those places can you see 100 miles.
Yeah, people are using their P900 cameras and zooming in on buildings. There's videos all over YouTube. You can see people zooming in mountains.
Hold up. What kind of camera? What kind of camera?
P900 cameras.
A what?
They're zooming in. You remember growing up when Bill Nye, the science guy, used to tell us you see a boat going over the water. It's going over the curve. People are using their cameras zooming right in. The boat ain't went over no curve. It's right there. And when you're on a plane, the horizon is always flat. If it was a curve, you should be looking down at the horizon. It shouldn't meet your eye level. So it's a flat horizon, horizontal horizon.
Wait. You don't look down at the horizon from a plane?
No, it's eye level. It's always eye level. You can always see eye level.
No, it's not. No, what you just said, this is what I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
Sir,
if you've been on the plane, it's at eye level. No matter where you at, the horizon is at eye level. There's no detectable curvature. You didn't understand the thing of me flying from Cali to New York. Why the flight from New York to Cali the same time? If the Earth is traveling east, if somebody coming from New York to Cali should be a lot shorter.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How many times you been in a mental institution?
To the what?
How many times you been in a mental institution?
You said to what?
How many times have you been in a mental institution?
Oh no, never, no, never.
Never?
That's probably more your thing. You probably been there.
Do they give
Because you can't do basic math and you claiming supreme
pills?
mathematics. You can't even do arithmetic. And you talking about I need to go to elementary school.
You take pills?
You can't
because
even.
what you're saying,
No.
hold on.
Look,
What you're
bottom
saying
line.
sounds stupid.
Look,
Hold on,
bottom line. I know the teachings. I registered in
Where is
Nation
the
in 1999. I know the lessons. I know I'm either as good as you, maybe.
Let me mute you for a second because you're talking too much. Where is the horizon? Now you go.
1,000 square miles, Pacific Ocean. 50.
Once again, I'm going to pause you because you have that female quality where you don't know how to shut the fuck up in the midst of a conversation with me. Now, once again, I'm going to ask you, where and what is the horizon?
Stars, the whole cosmos is all different.
This nigga's worse than knowledge God. We gotta listen, sir. When you can he the kind of nigga, right? When you talking to him on the phone, I can put the phone down, do the live, come back, he wouldn't even know I was missing. Woo! My man said you look straight across from a plane at the horizon. You know where I fucked up at? I should just let me. I told you. If somebody's speaking this ridiculous, seeing how ridiculous they are by interrupting them to tell them that makes sense. But yeah, there you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You know, welcome to the 5%. Listen, what is it about us? What is it about us that everyone feels they need to challenge the 5%? You got people out there chomping at the bit. You got people out there chomping at the bit. Freak, I thought you left a while ago. Freak's still in the room. Joe Sanchez, man. No, you lame. Why you ran? Come back on the live, Joe, and answer the question. What is the horizon? Because I was unaware that there's a horizon in the sky. I was unaware that there's a horizon in the sky. You know, the rest of us, see, that's what I'm saying. We need to define some of these terms, see, because the rest of us are under the impression that the horizon is where the sky appears to meet the earth. So you're telling me that the earth, when you're up in the plane, that the earth is at eye level, but you up in a plane, but you can look down at the earth. What you said? I have about 80 IQ, very below average. Hey, I make it work, man. We'll look at that. I make it work, Joe. Come on, Joe. Come back. We miss you. Joe. Come back to the planet. Come on, Joe. You just spewing nonsense now, huh? You just spewing nonsense. You said, I don't understand perspective. That's why you can only see so far. No, Joe, you just said that you can see infinitely. Now you're saying you can only see so far. You see how these things start to crush in on themselves? That's what I'm saying. I don't even have to talk. Come on, Joe, come back. Who that? Come on, Joe. You hang it up tonight. You don't. It's very unbecoming. It's very unbecoming. It's very unbecoming. You come up here, man, with the true and living guys. Tell us about perspective. Yo, Joe, I had to give it to you, man. One thing, Joe and Freak. Listen. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way to let y'all shine in the beginning of next year because y'all are taking this year out. I haven't had this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, listen, man. Listen. Y'all are sitting this year out. Hold on. Wait a minute. This with a bang, son. With a bang. Wait a minute. Joe just said you can see farther with cameras and telescopes. But Joe, that's what I'm asking you. Why can't we see England though? Like, why can't we see Big Ben? Like, if I go up to the top of the Empire State Building, why can't I see Big Ben? Why is Mount Everest not visible from every part of the planet if it's flat? We should be able to see straight across to the tallest thing out there, right? Come on, Joe, come back. I'm gonna let you talk this time. I mean, if I was you, I would want to be interrupted. If I was you, I would want to be interrupted. But apparently, you like this. See, Joe, I think you're getting me a call right now. I think you're getting me a call right now. Why would I look up what happened? What on Earth happened? Lost history of flat Earth. So where's the lost history of flat Earth? Like, where does it take you back to? Like, just tell me that. What's the origin point from where the history got lost from? Peace.
What you doing?
Doing live right now.
Oh, no, live hang up. How you calling me back?
Yeah, so I thought you called. I thought you. Listen, hey, look, we got a guy, Joe Sanchez. He's telling us that you're flat.
Telling us that I'm black?
No, you flat.
What do you mean by black? What the fuck you talking about?
He said the Earth is flat.
What the fuck you talking about? The Earth is flat.
That's hey, listen, you asked the wrong person. That's what I thought you called me about. I thought you.
Why you think the world's black?
Joe Sanchez. I mean, I think he's Lord Jamar. He's Lord Jamar in costume or something, but I don't know what he's doing.
Lord Jamar.
Yeah, you know, he's flat Earth.
real?
Yeah, that's y'all peoples, man. That's what.
That ain't my people. Darkim, you're stupid.
I'm telling you. But let me get back to this live though.
Go ahead, I love you now.
Peace.
I'll be home tomorrow.
All right.
Peace.
Yeah, but these types of documentaries, like, why do we need to see the documentaries when everything that y'all saying we should be able to prove? Like, why do we need to see the documentary when, look, Lord Jamar got money? Well, he commissioned the study, man. The earth is an infinite plane. Sun and stars are local. The moon is a plasma, not solid. I see, Mr. Joe Sanchez. I see. So this infinite plane, like, you know, who has is this Mr. Eric Dubay? Has he kind of does he have some kind of idea? Like, how did he figure out that this plane is infinite? The sun, moon, and stars are local. So are there any pictures of planes flying over the stars or the moon for that matter? What is? I just want to get one of those cameras. Could you write the name of that camera? Because I didn't hear I couldn't catch it what you were saying. I want to go out and get one of these 100-mile an hour, 100-mile, one of these cameras with 100-mile range. You know, I mean, because these cameras, I mean, you got to think, wouldn't these cameras be like, son, wouldn't the NYPD have like 80 of these cameras? Like the NYPD, listen, they don't even need that much. They could get like 5 cameras. Go to the top of one police plaza, I mean, and see the whole city. Wouldn't that happen? Why doesn't law enforcement have any of these cameras? The P900, hold on, we got to Google that. The P900. I gotta see. Listen, because see, some of the things that people say, listen, I want to see if even the makers of the P900, I want to see if they claim it has a range of 100 miles. Listen, if even they don't claim it has a range of 100 miles, you look at a little shaky, Mr. Sanchez. See, I got too much windows open now. Let me look it up over here. So I ain't got time. So you got P900. No, let's put okay, so we're gonna go now to Nikon. This is the actual Nikon site right here. Go in. We're about to go in and see what Nikon actually says What happened? Was I off? Yeah, y'all was. I don't think y'all was hearing. But what I did during the time, when we got cut off just now, I googled the P900, the P900 camera. It's made by Nikon, and it says here that it has 83x optical zoom, 2000 millimeter equivalent. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it appears to be much less than 100 miles. One would assume that a camera that had a range of 100 miles, that would be in the advertising materials. But so now that I'm about to Google now, what does 83x optical zoom mean? Oh, it says, look, 83x optical zoom distance. See, that's when you know. Listen, I ain't even had to type the whole thing. It came up in the suggestions. So now we're going to see Mr. Sanchez. So it says here, it says has 83x optical zoom, which means it's the equivalent focal length of 2000 millimeters. Use the camera's dynamic fine zoom and enhanced digital zoom that effectively doubles to reach to 4000 millimeters equivalent. Want to get even closer, enable the digital zoom and you're up to the equivalent of an 8,000 millimeter lens. So I guess now we have to figure out how far can you shoot with an 8,000 millimeter lens? What is, this is we trying to find this out for you. We trying to show and prove you right here, Joe Sanchez. We're trying. I'm doing my best here, Sanchez. Lord Jamar, to prove that you're right here. I'm doing my best. Okay, hold on. Let's try this. You try to go 83 optical zoom distance in miles. Should come up 100, Joe. Joe. It says Nikon's crazy 83x zoom camera can capture every pore from 10 miles away. I guess if you could capture every pore from 10 miles away, perhaps it can actually show things from a little bit further. Let's see. Joe, I'm doing my best for you, Joe. I'm doing my best for you, Joe. Hold on. What is a focal length? Let's try it like that. A focal length. Let's try this one. 2,000 millimeter focal length in miles. Okay, there goes something. Let's see if Joe, we might have found something here for you. We might have found a way to let you be right here, Joe. How to convert the lens measurements, right? The lens measurements in millimeters into feet, yards, and meters. Now, once we get to feet and yards, what you said, there's hills and valleys. What does hills and valleys have to do with anything that we said? But hold on, let's. Oh, you mean why we can't see straight across? No, that's why I use Mount Everest, because Mount Everest is the tallest thing on the planet. So no matter how many hills and valleys it is, you should be able to see Mount Everest if the planet is flat. And also, Complete makes a great point here. I also asked you, why can't we see Big Ben in England? That only the ocean is between us. So no, there are no hills and valleys. Ah, I see. Okay. So this right here is saying that that particular measurement doesn't actually uh, have anything to do with how far the camera can see. But I see it's been some sword fighting action going on in here. You said click the link to see people zooming in. I'm not. I'm not exactly sure, but Self-I Bill asked a very good question here. You said the Earth is an infinite plane, right? A plane has no thickness. Like a plane does not have volume. It only has area. And that's in a finite plane. You're saying an infinite plane. So that infinite plane has an infinite area. But a plane has no thickness. So, Joe Sanchez, how is it that you can dig underground in this infinite plane? So I guess we have to go back, since that measurement doesn't exactly tell you how far. Let's just type in straight up. How far can the P900 zoom? They don't. Has no. Let's see. Let's put this. I'm searching for you, Joe. I'm searching for you, Joe. It's just not looking good. It's not looking good, Joe. So let's put P900 in the horizon. Because so far, Joe, oh look, it's this is crazy. As I'm looking to try to help you out here, I'm running across these flat Earth links. I mean, these yeah, this is. I mean, look. Here's what we got to do. Here's what we got to do. This look. I'm tired of looking for you. I can't save you that way. Here's what we can do. Here's what we can do, Joe Sanchez. We can get a P900. Apparently, the evidence, at least from what I looked at so far, is inconclusive. Let's get a P900, Joe. Let's get a P900, and let's try to see England, Joe. You said for people who can read, you can get a book called Worlds Beyond the Poles, written in 1959. But that book can get complex, and this group seems more like y'all read Dr. Seuss' Cat in the Hat. Yeah, but Joe, I mean, why don't you come back? You know, you always, you get back, Joe. Come on. School us on this stuff. Listen, Joe. It's 2022. Ah, shit. We got La Mel up in the building. Now we moving on to relative density. Now we ain't listen. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all believe I just came on for a minute? I came on. Listen, man, I got some shot fired. Wait. La Mel has a P900. Okay. La Mel, how far have you seen with the P900? Full stop. No more videos. I don't want to hear about no videos. La Mel, how far have you seen? Have you seen England? Have you seen England with the P900? You said cameras and telescopes don't make you see farther, they just magnify like glasses. The zoom capacity just increases the amount of pixels, making the picture clearer. Okay, so the zoom capacity so you're saying that basically, just like with the eye, I can see a street sign from far away, but actually to be able to zoom in and see what that sign says, you saying is what the zoom capacity really affects, but not necessarily the distance. Because if someone was far, it would still show up on the what's the name, but you just might not be able to make out what it is. Is that what you're saying? But I want to know how far you're seeing with it. Okay, so that is what that is what Lamel is saying in terms of the capacity of the camera. So now I want to ask you: Have you determined that there is no horizon? That the horizon is only a perspective phenomenon and not a phenomenon of the curvature of the earth. Have you determined that with your P900 camera? How far have you filmed things, whether they're clear or not, right? How far have you filmed things? So you said you've seen at least 17 miles into New Jersey, Eminence Communications in Montclair, New Jersey from Brooklyn. And what was your elevation? Like how high were you when you were doing the filming? Cause I see New Jersey from right here on 7th Avenue. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if you're going to see Trenton, you probably gotta be a little bit higher. 56 feet high. 56 feet high in what part of Brooklyn? Yeah, CSW saying the same thing. You see New York. You can see New York from Clinton Ave. That's what I'm saying. Like we can see over there, but you know, how high you are also makes a difference. Sunset Park. And how tall is the Enos building? Like is it if the Enos building is a skyscraper, it kind of is what you're saying is like what can you see on the ground? So you kind of, you know, not saying that this doesn't count, right? But saying that on flat surface, you said 17 miles should be under 192 feet of curvature according to the formula to calculate curvature, right? But how tall is the building? Okay, so if the building is 300 feet, right, then you're still going to see the building over the curve that's only 192 feet. You're still going to see 108 feet of the building. Or did you see the front door, like you saw the security guard sitting at the desk? When engineers build railroads and bridges, they never account for curvature. What the hell are you talking about? So yeah, Lamel, did you see the top of the building or did you see the bottom of the building? Because see, you can't calculate the horizon from the top of the building where the horizon is not. You got to calculate the horizon from ground level. So you zoomed into the parking lot. Okay, Lamel. Lamel. You know, I'm not saying you don't know what you're talking about, but I'm saying that a certain level of knowledge, when it could be a small amount, but when a person has a certain level of knowledge, experience with certain things, then you have to have an explanation, right, to account for why that experience might not apply. So you're saying that between Sunset Park in New Jersey, 17 miles away, that there's nothing in the way. Like there's other parts like Newark and shit that's in front of Montclair that you're saying you saw through that to the street. Now, I can't see the street on 110th Street from here. For you to tell me that you saw a parking lot, brother, you're not on the ground. You have to be on, I'm talking about empirical. That's a calculation that you're making from, that's like saying, you're going to tell me the distance between New York and New Jersey, but you're traveling from California to Oregon. That's a good calculation of what you can see that's 300 feet from 56 feet high. But let me ask you a question. Can you go outside right now and see a law school in Mecca? Go outside right now, take a picture of a law school in Mecca and post it on your Facebook, your Instagram for everybody to see. Okay, Self-Out Bill got the best comment of 2022 so far. Self-Out Bill said, do you think 2022 will see more moderators on the Random Jewel Network? It's becoming apparent it might be needed. Now I'm gonna take pictures of school. Take pictures of school, put it on your Facebook. And look, I would prefer you not take it for 56. Don't take it for 56 feet. Take it from the ground. Take it from where the horizon is. And take a picture of the school that's right here. Since you can do that class in Jersey, you should be able to take a picture of the school. Matter of fact, listen, you ain't gotta go, look, take a picture of them right in Brooklyn. Take a picture of them. Why are we doing these calculations and referring to these people on the internet? No, we don't have to link up loud now. You could take the picture of the school and put it out for everybody. Why are we referring to all these other things? Why are we waiting? Because, see, Lamel, when you do that, right, then I have experience. See, what I have right now, dealing with the global earth theory, right, is I have calculations. We have the calculations of what makes 24 hours in a day, what makes 365 days in a year, and what makes 4 seasons, right? And we have the experience of that being the case every year. We have the experience of predictions that have been made, decades ago that come in the calculation, that come into fruition within a second. Like, I've never seen them say it's going to be an eclipse on this day, and then that day, like, oh shit, now we fucked up, it's tomorrow. I've never even seen them be 5 minutes off. So see, because of that experience, because of certain things that I've seen and learned over the time, like for instance, at 12 o'clock, you can stand directly on your shadow. I've done some of my own experience. You understand what I mean? And because of that experience, I'm inclined to see them as knowing what they're talking about. The same way I would be if it was you. Or listen, that's why I became a 5%. I'm not being inconsistent with you. That's what the reason it took me a long time to become a 5%. And what happened was I could not argue with these brothers. I could argue, I was never going to be right. The things that they said came to pass, and things that they didn't know about me, when they manifested, it was like, yeah, that's true. So what I'm asking for is something more than questions. If you keep asking, it's all questions. Well, why can't you fly from California to New York? And why can't you fly from LA to Australia? And why this and why that? No. See, why is a question. That's not how you show and prove. The Saros cycle, listen, don't tell me you do knowledge and nothing when we in a conversation. See, because don't bring it up. If you're not prepared to teach on it, don't bring it up. Not a 5% cycle. What is the Saros cycle? No, I'm asking you, what is the Saros cycle? See, people do that. I don't like that. Don't put a bomb in the middle of the floor and then leave out the room and we don't know what the fuck to do with it. You put that bomb there, defuse it. Yeah, in the lessons you got questions and answers, fool. What are you talking about that you said you knew 120? Where's there a question in 120 without an answer? Is it the problem book or questions? How the fuck do I know? I don't got the problem book. But yeah, I'm not arguing my history with you. I'm just telling you that that's See, you see, who is it incumbent on to show and prove? The student or the teacher? I'm just telling you that I'm not being inconsistent with you. I'm not being inconsistent with flat earth theory. I'm saying in all the other things that I do. Like if you told me, yo, we can make some money doing this way. Okay, you told me that. Now, if I have the experience of seeing you, oh shit, yo, you just got a new apartment. Oh shit, yo, you just bought a new car. Oh shit, yo, you rocking jewelry and shit. See, after having that experience off of what you just told me, right? Now I'm more inclined to see what you're saying clearly. Brother, what is the Saros cycle? Okay, you said both have to show and prove. So now that you said that, what is the Saros cycle? The guy, listen, guy, I'm getting 10% vibes, man, from a lot of y'all, man. I ain't just talking about you lot, man. I'm just saying, like, yo, Sab, I mean, I come on here for 3 years and manifest all the time, so I ask y'all questions, and then this is crickets. Seriously? What is the Saros cycle, brother? You brought it up. You should know what it is. About 18-year ecliptic cycles. Meaning, what does that have to do? How does that, draw the lines for me? Like your man Joe Sanchez is saying, my IQ's only 80, brother. I need you to draw color this shit in. I can't do it. I have no idea what you're talking about. The Babylonians used it, but in my opinion, it was passed down to them. What is it? It's like if you tell me that something is a Conkalafupalabar, right? And I say, what is a Conkalafupalabar? And you say, SW use it. Okay, you didn't tell me what a Conkalafupalabar is. You just told me that SW uses it. They're serious mathematics. Look, we just having a little fun. It's the end of the year. It's the end of the year. Look, we already went. Look, the real reason for this live is because I wanted to come in. Always, the people that's new that's coming in, right? While everybody else is, Lamel is formulating what the Saros cycle is, right? Every year there's a lesson, right? That, not necessarily that I learned it, like I didn't know it before, but it comes to like a point of realization, you know what I'm saying? How pertinent and applicable that lesson is. You know what I mean? Things that happen during the course of the year. You know what I mean? So for 2020, you know what I'm saying? The people who've been on for a while, they know that the lesson that I got from that is that no, you haven't seen it all yet. that knowledge is in fact infinite in the wisdom that manifests from it. Because it's things that I seen last year that I never thought I would see. Like I was sitting there shocked. It was things that people that was here, they could tell you I was coming on every day. Like, yo, I I never thought I would see any of this stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, at the top of my list, you know, I saw a black man, Bill Cosby, get out of jail, walk out the front door after being convicted of raping a white woman. And I seen white police across the country being tried and some even convicted for murdering black men. I never thought that would happen. I never thought you would see people in France boycotting because, you know, of something that happened in where was that? In that was Minnesota, right? Where the brother returned. I never thought I would see that. You know, but this year, you know, the thing that I learned that was very pertinent, you know what I mean, was that disrespect is the cause of violence. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, people that, if you go back to the video, you see that we went through a couple more principles. That it's not just that it's the cause of violence, but it's something that holds back unity. You know, you can't have unity, you can't have love, you can't have peace, you can't have happiness when respect is not there. Like, even if it's just like, for instance, you know, more people, but, you know, certain people, when I see their name and what's name I use, you know, as an example, you know what I mean? See, Supreme Man, right? He's a homeowner, right? His home is going to lose value if people don't respect his property. You're supposed to be taking your garbage wherever, and you just come throw it over the fence on the guard yard. You can't get nowhere without respect, as that's the basic. That's a prerequisite. That's why it's one. That's why it's knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And as the guys was adding on, you know, we rolled through quite a few principles. See, that's one of the things that we say. Listen, even Yakub, from 21 to 27, is telling you about the principles that he had. And then in 28 and 29 and 30, it's telling you how he applied those principles once they got to the island. And it's those principles really that we supposed to be understanding is how the devil is made, no matter what your skin tone is. And then after that, let's start to have a little fun with Joe Sanchez. Listen, I don't get out much. I don't get out much, man. You understand? So when I get somebody like Joe Sanchez, you know, I'm intrigued. See, y'all go out every day and be dealing with people like this. I don't do that. So when I get a cat like Joseph, Joseph. My bad, Joseph. Pardon me out there. Pardon me, Joseph. I don't see. I had that slip because you my brother. So your name is always on the top of my mind. But my bad. I definitely did not want to relate you in any way to Mr. Joe Sanchez. My bad, brother. First mistake of the year. God damn it. How the hell I make a mistake that quick? We ain't even 30 minutes in. Shit. I fucked the year up already. I usually go 7-8 months before I be wrong about something. how does water curve around the globe? It's sea level, not sea curve. The question is meant to lead you to the answer. Don't say gravity holds water down because helium balloon flies away, no problem. Okay, now listen. Are you still in the room, Lamel? Because y'all keep telling me about ecliptical calculations. I have no idea how that's related to what we're saying. Can you complete drawing the picture for me? Okay, it's an ecliptical calculation. So can you use it right now, right? If you know it, can you use it right now to calculate the next eclipse? You know what I'm saying? When you say it's a calculation, is it a recording that they recorded when eclipses came? Or did they predict when the eclipses came? I'm asking. I'm not saying one way or the other. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, see, Joe Sanchez, we don't know who he is, but you said you was a 5%. And then 5% is a teacher. So, yeah. So for this question that Joe Sanchez asked, and for you, what I want to ask is, if there is no gravity, what establishes up and down? You said the helium balloon flies away, no problem. That's a whole look. We could get into why the helium balloon flies away, but what I want to know is why is away always up? Why is it never right? Why is it never left? Why is it never down? What establishes that direction? Okay, so it says they watched over time. They recorded it. What I'm talking about, Lamel, is predicting. Like right now, they can tell you when Halley's Comet is coming back. Can you do that with the Saros? Can you do that? No. Density and buoyancy explains why the objects move, but it doesn't explain the direction that they move in. Right. Gases go in all directions. So why does the helium balloon never go down? Do 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 do. Bing. Helium is less dense than the medium or air that it's in. But you still didn't explain why does it rise into the sky instead of going to the ground? Because it's less dense in all directions. Felix Almanzar, I have a question for flat earthers. What keeps the flat earth in stable space? Oh no, they don't answer questions. They don't have no answers. All they got is questions. See, because we asked them a while ago, how is it that this infinite plane, see, a plane is only two-dimensional. There's no third dimension. A plane does not have volume. Plane only has area. So how is it that you can dig down into this infinite plane? Got no answers. But yeah, we're still waiting on this answer to what establishes direction. Man, guys, listen. Damn. Yeah, see, whenever we get to these kind of questions, so Joe Sanchez said we are in a dimensional reality. Even a piece of paper has 3 dimensions. There goes that 80 IQ. A piece of paper is not a plane. Like you said, because the piece of paper has thickness, it's not a plane. A plane can only be a part of an object. A plane is not, so you gotta remember, you got mathematics and science. They go together. See, scientists can observe a phenomenon and they write down, this is what happened. This is what we observed. Then the mathematician comes in and says, okay, I can see that the frequency, this phenomenon that you said, it happens every 3rd time. So there's some, what they call coefficient, that we can use to calculate how this goes down. And then they give that formula back to the scientists, and the scientists say, okay, so that's how we calculate it. Okay, so if that's the calculation, then we know if you calculated this, okay, that means that if this happens every 3rd time, it's supposed to happen on this time right here. And then they go back, and if it happens on that time, then they predict it again, and they can reproduce that. Then they can say, this science and mathematics is sound. See, the same thing happens from the math side. See, in math, they could draw up all types of equations. They could draw up worlds that got 150 dimensions. But now the scientists have to go out there and find all the rest of the dimensions besides the ones that we got right here. See, y'all are disconnecting this like it's one from the other. Like there's no observation. See, when y'all observe things, then y'all don't want no math involved. And then when you give me a number, you don't want no observation involved. Listen, man. I don't know if either one of y'all brothers, but listen. I'm not playing, son. I'm the chief examiner. Like in our cipher that we had, I'm the doctor. Wise is the minister. E is the cremator. We handle nurse. Joe Sanchez said, what would you call paper in common language? Paper. Listen, Joe, y'all gotta come back. We gotta do this again. But I gotta leave. I gotta go. I got stuff. Listen, y'all didn't cost me money and everything, man. But look, it was worth it. This is my party. I told y'all, I don't get out. Listen, man. But I want to thank y'all for bringing in my 2022, man, in a lovely way, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the brothers and sisters, man. You know what I mean? For another, it's good because we started in December with this. I think it was December 5th, something like that. Was the very first video. You know what I'm saying? And everything has grown and developed. It's been marvelous. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna rock until the wheels fall off. If YouTube kick us off, they kick us off. Listen. I gotta give you. Only thing I can tell y'all is the nigga mantra is I've been kicked off of better places than YouTube. I've been kicked off of better. You understand what I'm saying? So listen, man. In the meantime, between time, man, you know, look, I'm still be playing the low though. We're gonna be doing the classes a little bit later for a couple of weeks until I get some things lined up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see I got my new toys and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be increasing a lot of this right here. We're gonna get some other things too. I'm gonna try to get the guy IT put me on to something where we need another alert system. We need another system where I put the alert out. Everybody can know we here. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you know, we're moving into the 3rd year, right? So last year I told y'all that's nothing I want to add on. This is the perfect way to take it out. See, last year I told y'all that the live has been going on for so long that everybody that's been tuned in on here, you should know 120 by now. So this year, right? If you haven't been already, not saying that y'all ain't doing y'all thing. See, last year was the time you had enough time to learn 120. By next year, you should be teaching some people at least. Look, even if they fall victim, that's on them. That servant who knew his Lord is willing, prepared not himself, shall be being with many stripes. That's it. But in terms of you doing your duty, right? See, this time next year, nobody should be telling me, yeah, I'm out here, man. Ain't no guys out here except me. We gotta work on that one. We gotta work on that one. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, in between time, you know what I'm saying? It was a great live, man. You know what I'm saying? We dropped some jewels. We had some fun. You know, the G building appears to be going strong. We got some new admissions. We got some new admissions to the G building now. You know what I'm saying? Would you say complete? Where's what? You know, we got, but yeah, you know, we got Freak, welcome to the G building. Joe Sanchez, welcome to the G building. You know, everybody else, y'all know what it is, man. In the meantime, between time, I'm gonna say peace. I do think tomorrow I'm gonna make a move. We're gonna be on. Most likely, we're going to start the year off. That's another goal we have. We're gonna get the City Sciences channel really banging. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get the City Sciences channel up, so we can talk about some of these, you know, other topics that necessarily sometimes we don't want to go off in that rabbit hole on this page right here. But like I said, we're gonna sign off. Meantime, between time, I'm gonna say peace. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow on the City Sciences channel. If you don't know, the link to the City Sciences channel is in the description box of this video. And I'm gonna say peace.